humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
You ready? 50. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Now.
Here's Travis Homer, the former Miami Hurricane. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit.
Mike 51. Watch the out. 51's the Mike. Blue down.
Say go.
From the gun, Moses. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
A gain of 17 yards.
Let's go. 50, plant.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
I'm coming for you. Must
get it.
Throwing on first down. Moses looking for his running back, and he's got him. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, orbit.
51's the Mike, boy. 51.
Second and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Ready, set.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
Mike 50. Bring it. And Mike 50.
61. Matchbox light. Big trip.
Operating from the gun. Moses. Open man. Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 43.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
Tighten up.
Blue draw Corker. Hey, Sam on.
Hey, turn it up.
Buzz.
From the gun, Moses. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. up 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Ready, ready.
They'll run this with Homer. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down.
You got nothing.
Yes, yes.
Motion to the backfield. Think he's the mic.
Hey, Charlie.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Safe.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Echo.
So that'll back him up 5. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
A little flare.
On 4th down, Moses. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way.
That good for 19 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Costello. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the Steelers' 12-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Costello. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Back to throw. Costello. Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This fielded at the 2. They will take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go. 60 on. Get ready.
On 1st and 10, Costello got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Devin Bush, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
You can't stop me.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll run it. This is Muhammad. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun. Costello. This is caught. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
On the set.
55, Mike 55. Let's go, team. Let's go.
Snap.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. Touchdown number 18 on the year. As the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0.
Ravens 10, Steelers nothing.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Moses, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And take it right on the 30. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Costello. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
132 fighter.
16 yards.
Ready?
On first down, Moses. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Going on the ground with Homer. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, wahoo!
On third down, Moses got a man. That's Allison. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down.
Switch gears, switch gears.
Check 52.
They'll try and run for it. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Check 31, check 31.
This is Homer. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Moses. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. Just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Set, 8, read.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Here we go.
Second and 15. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Costello. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Set, ready, 90, Wolf. Here we go. Jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Ready.
Operating from the gun, Costello, and he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. Second and 13. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews. As the first half is winding down, as the Ravens push further out in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a gain of a couple on what should be the final carry of half number 1. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
On second down now, Muhammad. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
60 outlaw.
To throw on third down, Costello. And that is incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty. Flag on the field. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Tight end Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo.
Five.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Got you, boy.
The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
60 or.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Hey, Alpha. Ready?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Moses got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 44. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
It's going to be a long back.
Throwing on 1st down. Costello. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 9. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. Now what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. Fights him off. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 46. They were looking for Johnson that time. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alex Anzalone in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Muhammad. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Wide, get wide.
General West.
10.
Hey, Delta. Ready.
To throw on second down. Moses going for the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Back now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now they try the right side here. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Let's put that team on the books. Quick the edge.
Looking to throw on second down. Moses flushed out right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
The Steelers on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
D-line, get that quarterback.
80 weapons.
Tight dog.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Watch the safety creep. Snap.
Back to throw. Moses. And this is caught. That one goes for 30 yards. Now, defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. A tough day for this offense continues. One of their best chances to get on the scoreboard there, couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen for them today, does it? I mean, opportunity after opportunity, play after play has gone against them the entire game. They probably feel a little bit like Schleprock. Got that black cloud over there.
And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And the return will stop right around the 25.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. So 2 missed field goals for them now. That's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Let's go.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He's going deep for Brown, and that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play that time for the Ravens. 43 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Costello. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
On 2nd down, Muhammad. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8.
Don't get nervous.
Ready, ready.
They go again with Muhammad. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Muhammad, and they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
Got it.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, check.
Cut up.
To throw on second down. Costello got a man. It's Brown. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Ravens on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. Tucker's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
Let's go.
25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Let's rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Kick the oar.
29-yard line.
3, 218, jump.
3rd and 6.
Check.
Get it.
On third down, Moses. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
an 8-yard loss. Brings up 4th down.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Ravens, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1, and they will head back home next week.
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Yeah. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. Yeah. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. Yeah. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time.